Feels like it's been like a year since I put my face on camera, because technically it has. When's the last time I did one? December? So it has been a year. Today is one of those days where like spring is trying to come through. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and I just want to crawl into a hole and die because I got no sleep. Hey guys, Tina here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do another episode, I don't know why I want to call them that, of the Try or Trash series that I have going on. So today for you, I have the Amazonian Clay 12-hour full coverage foundation. I got a little sample here. I gotten it from Sephora recently. Toby, you can't have that. That's not food. I've been meaning to try this foundation out for a while. I actually had filmed a wear test with this, or I started to, and it was during the time that I was very sick, so I ended up sleeping, taking a nap throughout the day, and I didn't feel that was fair to the foundation, so I figured I'd do one today for you guys. So what this is the, like I said, the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour foundation, a long-lasting foundation powered by Amazonian Clay. It says get 12 hours of flawless coverage with this long-wearing, skin-perfecting formula with SPF 15, a full coverage, blendable, buildable formula, weightless texture. Says it has no parabens, sulfates, phthalates. It says it's good for all skin types, and then it's suggesting the Tarte Airbrush Finish Bamboo. I'm not going to use that because I don't spend $44 on brushes, which is the price of that one. I have two brushes with me right now. This one is the Wet n Wild Flat Top Kabuki, and this one is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blender. These are both my favorite for foundation when it comes to drugstore brushes. And on the other side of my face, we are going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible, the new foundation sponge here. I am really loving this. I have a beauty blender. I have a Real Technique sponge. I also bought the concealer one from this line. I love this. I know that like sometimes you can't find Real Techniques, or you have to order a beauty blender online and stuff. If you are looking for a good foundation sponge and you can't get a hold of the other ones and you're kind of on a budget, the L'Oreal one is really good. It's fully moistened right now, so this is the size that it's at. It's very squishy and very bouncy. It's very similar to the Real Technique sponge except for the shape. And also when I went to clean it the second or third time, this happened, and I'm not sure how that happened because I don't have nails to dig in, but this did happen. So I'm holding on to it because I still can grab it like this and still kind of bounce it on my skin there. So anyways, we're going to do one side with a brush and one side with the sponge here. I think I got the shade that matches me. It said it was my Color IQ. It's the shade Fair Sand here, and it's the fairest shade they have with a yellow undertone. So we're just going to, you know what? I'm going to prime my face first. So the primer that I've been using over the past week or so, I guess, is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. I recently went through my all-time favorite, which is the Benefit Professional. I have more backups in my collection, but I wanted to give this one a go as well because it's supposed to be good for pores and all that. And so far, so good. Not as good as the Benefit Professional. Like, that will always be my hands down favorite primer just because it fills in everything. But it's not bad. I do also like the Maybelline, what's it called? The Baby Skin one. That's a really good pore filling one. It really does a good job. And I'm hoping you guys can see it. I might actually zoom you in here so you can see it. You can see my face is getting red from the touch. That's what I always talk about. I thought I was pink toned for such a long time because my face and my skin is like sensitive to touch. But anyways, let me see if I can zoom you guys in here. This must be terrifying to see my face this big. I'm looking at it over here and I'm like, oh God, what is that? So I'm hoping you guys can tell on camera on the screen right now, my skin is being all sorts of fucky. I have this, which is a scar from a previous pimple. It was cystic, but I have little dots popping up everywhere, extra redness. I don't know what's going on. I haven't really changed my skincare routine too much, so I don't really know what's causing it. I did start working out more recently, and I'm trying to make better food choices, so maybe my body's going through a detox. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping, I have high hopes that this foundation will help cover it up. I just gotta find it. So let's get into application, because I feel like I've been rambling way too much for this video. It is a thick consistency. It's not coming out or moving around or anything like that. I'm just gonna take some here. And I'm gonna do the brush on my right, which would be your left. And I'm gonna start dotting it on here. It's supposed to be full coverage. We shall see. We shall see. This side of my face is actually really, really bad compared to the other side. Like now that I'm looking at it in the mirror, I don't know what's going on with my face. So I'm taking the e.l.f. brush here. It's definitely covering, but I wouldn't say full. I'd say medium. You know what, maybe we'll go in with the other brush here and see if that makes a difference. I'm also going to pick up just a little bit more here. Hopefully it's buildable. Let's see. Okay, so I missed my forehead. So I'm going to dot up there. I have a hair in my eye. And I bet that's super attractive for you guys. Yeah. Okay, anyways. I dot a little bit more here. A little bit on my chin. Just going to let that set right there under my nose because that bugger, I can't cover it up with anything. Anything. I've tried color correctors, I've tried concealers, I've tried everything. If you know a good way to cover an acne scar, please let me know. Let me know. I'm so sick of having that little, well, it's kind of like a beauty mark, but whatever. Okay. So I'm using the e.l.f. blending brush this time. I don't know, I've been loving this one just a little bit more than the Wet n Wild. I feel like it gives me better coverage and better control. I'm trying to do this evenly over my face. Okay. So that blended in really nicely. Wrong side, there we go. That blended in really nicely there when I went in with that second layer here. It doesn't look too cakey or anything like that. It actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Not full coverage. For me, a full coverage foundation is one where I can't even see my freckles. And with this, I can still see my skin poking through. So definitely more of a medium. So the extra poopy side here is going to be with the blender sponge. And we will see. Just want to see if it covers that up because it's just like a freckle. That's what happens when you're fair. You get lots of markings all over your skin. I feel like this won't, I feel like it'll shear it out to do it with the sponge, but I do this. This is what I do. So, I'm just gonna bounce that in here, including over the scar. Oh wow! You can barely see it over my scar there. Well, now you can see it a little better. That's the closest I've gotten to covering it since I got this damn thing. Okay. So far, not bad. Alright. Definitely can still see that freckle that I tried to cover, but I think I picked the wrong side. Like, brushes are more full coverage and sponges are more sheer coverage, or like if you have a foundation that's just a little bit too thick, use it with a sponge because it'll help shear it out a bit and help it go on better. It also provides a bit of a more natural finish. You know what? I think I like the brush side better. The sponge side looks a bit more cakey in the mirror here. I don't know if I should zoom you closer, but we'll see. We'll see. Hold on. I'm so close. Like, my zoom is so ridiculous right now that my camera didn't want to focus. So this is one layer of the foundation. Definitely not full, but it doesn't look cakey. I'm not getting any cakiness or anything around my nose. I think the shade match is perfect, honestly. I'm gonna zoom you guys back out and I'm gonna see if I can do the last little bit that I have in here and try and build it up in certain spots. I'm gonna try and use this as a concealer. Let's just see here. It's supposed to be full coverage, so let's just see. Might as well use up all the sample, right? right. No wasting. I hate wasting. It severely bothers me. Like, even if I have a product that doesn't end up working for me, chances are I'll end up like either trying to use it with something else, like not even beauty related, just everything related. I will try and use it up because I hate wasting things. Little bit of story time for you. I grew up with not a lot. Like, we weren't struggling by any means, but I started getting a job when I was like 12, delivering papers, and everything I got throughout high school, mostly, I either worked for, paid for, or was passed down from friends. And so I have an appreciation for every expensive object I have in my life. Like, when I got my house, which is a big deal to anyone, I bawled when I got my first car. When I just got my, me and my husband bought a brand new car, like straight out of the factory, in June or July there. I couldn't believe it because I don't know. I'm rambling. I didn't come from a lot, so I have an appreciation for things. So I hate wasting. I like to use everything. Like, even if the sample says it's for curly hair, I will find a way to use it. I will find a way, because otherwise, to me, it's wasted money. So that is the foundation built up on my face. That is 2 layers. I ended up going back over with the brush because, quite frankly, I like the way the brush side looked better than the sponge. Normally I do half and half for the day to see which side wears better, but I love the finish with this brush, the e.l.f. brush. It wasn't even the Wet n Wild one, it was the e.l.f. one. I think this is $6. I'll link stuff that I use down below in case you're interested. I feel it looks okay. It looks nice. The color seems to be decent. Although it does look, I don't know, on camera here with my viewfinder, it looks a little bit lighter on my neck, but in person, it looks really good. It looks really good. No cakiness or anything like that. I can still see a bit of my skin peeking through, like this here and stuff, but it's more leaning towards the full side with the 2 layers there. So, I am going to go about my day. I just realized I never told you guys the price. The Tarte foundation has 1.7 ounces, which is pretty good for a foundation. That's pretty decent size, because usually I think they're 1 fluid ounce or something. And it's going to set you back $51 Canadian. 51. So, I mean, I like it so far, but I'm kind of hoping I don't, because otherwise I'm going to want to buy it. I already have so much foundation. If you are wondering, not that anyone probably was, but my t-shirt is Vault Boy from Fallout. On top of being a makeup aficionado, I am also a gamer. That's right, Fallout, Bioshock, all that, you know what? I don't want to hear that Master Race Xbox stuff. PS4, right here, buddy. Actually, Wii and Nintendo's good too. I love me some Zelda. Legend of Zelda. Great stuff. That and Mario and all them classics. Anyways, off topic. It is currently 12:09 here. I'm going to check in with you guys. When should we do the next check-in? I'll check in with you guys in a couple hours here. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll check in if I have to blot, if it's starting to fade, anything like that. And I'll give you guys a review at the end of the evening here and let you know how it's wearing and my final thoughts on it. So, enough rambling. See you in a bit. Alright guys, checkup time. It is 3:24 right now. Just giving you guys a little check-in as to how the foundation's going. Having a snack. Meat stick. I think they're called pepperettes. I don't know. I've only seen them in Canada, so just another reason why I'm glad I live in Canada. I'm not going to get political. So far so good. I'm really liking the staying power and the coverage. I did end up setting this with a setting powder because I felt the finish of it was just a little bit too luminous for my liking, and I usually do use a setting powder with foundations. It's not wearing away anywhere. It's not really oxidizing. It's just kind of staying right there in place. So overall, so far, still good. I will check in with you guys at the end of the night here and let you know my final thoughts. I do plan on going to the gym later today, so we'll see how it holds up to a sweat session. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple hours my time. I feel like this camera angle definitely brings out my 5 head. And if you don't know what a 5 head is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fingers. 5 head. Right, so it is currently 9:33 in the evening here. I hope the lighting's okay. I'm kind of playing around with some stuff. I went out and bought some sort of, it's like one of those lights that goes all different directions, because quite frankly I don't have $300 for a Diva ring light that everybody else has, so I went to Walmart. So as you can probably tell by my little baby hair frizzies going on, the tired look on my face, and the change of clothes, I went to the gym this evening. I was there for about an hour and a half and got real good and sweaty. The foundation held up pretty well, I'd say. There are some little spots, let me zoom in. There are some little spots where you can see my face starting to poke through just a bit more than initial application, especially on like this side, as well as like my scar here is like completely uncovered. I'm struggling to cover that up anyways, so not looking cakey or anything. And considering I went to the gym and it's still at least on my face, like this is way better than my natural skin texture is, so I'm totally happy with it. As foundation rating, I am definitely going to be picking up the full size of this. I do have quite a few back here still. You can see them behind me there on the other side. There we go. Still left to do, as well as some of my drawer to try out, so I'll probably wait until the April Sephora sale, and then I can get it on sale, because it is $51 for 1.7 ounces, like I said before. I feel like if you're oilier than me, you might not like this foundation, just because it did give a luminous finish to my face, and I did have to powder it, but after I did, it did set nicely and it did cover nicely. I don't know about breakouts because I've only tried it a couple times, but I feel like this is a good one for pretty much every season except for summer. I feel in summer it might feel just a little bit heavy, but that once again is personal preference. So overall, I guess that's all I have for you guys for this review. If there's any other products that you would like me to try out for a period of time and let you know what I think about it, leave it in the comment section down below. If you like this video and you think I did a good job, give me a thumbs up down below, and hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.
Yeah.